You are Locked On Syracuse, your daily podcast on the Syracuse Orange. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Tennessee, to me, is the perfect challenge for Syracuse in week one. This is a type of game where we could learn what Syracuse's upside truly is. I asked you all in the very beginning of the podcast, what type of team is Syracuse for 2025? Well, if they go out and they beat Tennessee in week one, perhaps the answer is right there. That this is a team that could contend for the college football playoff and at minimum will be a high-end bowl team that probably wins at least 8 games in the regular season. That's what happens if they go out and they beat Tennessee in week one. And for what it's worth, FanDuel is giving Syracuse a puncher's chance to win this game. If you check FanDuel, the odds right now, Tennessee is a 12.5-point favorite. That's giving Syracuse a shot to win this game. So why Tennessee? Why are they a challenge for Syracuse? Or what I would say, the perfect challenge for Syracuse. Number one, they're an SEC team. The SEC is widely regarded, and I agree, it's the best conference in college football. Now, at times, I think it could be exaggerated a little bit. I think there is definitely some bias with SEC teams, but on average, the SEC is better than any other conference in college football. We know that Syracuse, being in the ACC and also, well, not being very good over the past 20 to 25 years up until, a few spike years here and there, right? 2018, last year, obviously, they have not been very good, and they're in the ACC. So we know that Syracuse is not going to get a lot of respect off the rip. Well, one way to earn respect nationally, beat an SEC team, beat a team like Tennessee. The last time Syracuse played an SEC program, you got to go back to September 13th of 2017. Syracuse lost at LSU 35-26. It was a close game. Syracuse fell behind. They rallied, but just could not win the game in the end. Now, Syracuse most likely entering this season will not be in the AP top 25. And that's okay. They weren't in the AP top 25 last year. They ended up being in the AP top 25. But they will not be in the preseason top 25. Book it. You know who might, though? In fact, they probably will. The Tennessee Volunteers. And if you beat Tennessee in Atlanta, Georgia, in a week one neutral site game, you're going to get respect from around the nation if you're Syracuse, and you're also probably going to be a top 25 team entering week 2. And you could start to see the path to Syracuse maybe contending for a college football playoff, or at minimum, just being a really strong team once again, where they win 8, 9, maybe even 10 regular season games if they go out and they beat Tennessee. Number two, why Tennessee, I think, is the perfect challenge. Not just that they're an SEC team, but I don't think they're the most overwhelming SEC team that they could have possibly faced. Now, if you're a Tennessee fan that has stumbled upon this podcast, this is not meant to be disrespectful. Again, Tennessee is close to a 2-touchdown favorite. And quite frankly, as of right now, I'm probably going to pick Tennessee to win that game. But this is a different team than they were a year ago. Last year, Tennessee was one of the best teams in the country. They were in the college football playoff, but there's been a lot of roster turnover. They have a new quarterback. They have a new running back this year. We'll see how they do. Spencer McLaughlin, for what it's worth, at Locked On College Football, has Tennessee as the 10th best team in the conference this upcoming season, which is not very good. But if you go check FanDuel, it's a little different. FanDuel says that they have an over-under of 8.5 regular season wins. So they should be pretty good, at least according to FanDuel. But in general, I see Tennessee as, okay, they're a good team, clearly. They are definitely a good team. But you know what? Syracuse has a puncher's chance to actually win that game. Whereas if Syracuse was playing a team like, Georgia week 1 or Alabama week 1 or Texas week 1, I would not have much faith at all in Syracuse winning that game. They would at minimum against those opponents be a 3-touchdown underdog. In fact, I think it would be more. I think the line for Syracuse and Georgia would probably be about 25 points minimum in week 1. But Tennessee's also not one of the worst teams in the ACC. They're somewhere in the middle of the conference. They have upside and they have downside to go either way. And so I think that they are a good challenge for Syracuse. So overall, this is an average to an above average SEC team that Syracuse does have a puncher's chance of winning. And I think it's a game that we will find out very early whether or not Syracuse has the upside to be a team that can contend for the college football playoff, or at minimum, again, just be a really, really strong team. 8-9 wins, get a good bowl, and that's your season in 2025.